What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Team of the Season, Petros. He is the first SBC for the Saudi League, and so far we've only had... Who did we have? We had one for Premier League. I can't remember who it was, but we got one for the Team of the Season at the start, and then we obviously had the two showdowns, and now we have the Saudi League. There is a handful of players that I do want to have a look at. I think there is about 10 in terms of the team, but we want to look at about 5 or 6 of them. Petros obviously being an SBC, who's always going to complete it, seeing as though it's an 84 rated team with only one Brazilian for an 89 rated card. It's coming in at about 50 to 40k, depending on what console you're on. Absolutely fine as anything. And we are taking just that little bit break away from the Premier League upgrades. So looking at him in terms of his stats, then he's a 3-star, 6 foot, right footed, medium, obviously Brazilian, which is always fantastic, means you can link outside of the Saudi League, which is always nice. Traits, we have none. He has come from a 79 rated common. I should move this onto the third screen so I can see it from here. In terms of what you're looking at then, so we are going for the shadow. That will obviously give you 90 pace, which will be 90, as you can see. We'd get 90 free defending, and that is about it. We get the 90 physical already, good strength, good aggression, stamina's looking pretty nice, balance and agility is looking decent. He's 6 foot, so he's not overtly massive, so I'm hoping that he has a little bit of movement with him. Normally we find with anyone like 6'2", I'd say, and over, normally start to feel a little bit stocky, start to feel a little bit stiff on the movement, and hopefully this guy's different. Shot power's looking nice, we got great passing and vision from him, and then the dribbling stats throughout are looking pretty tasty. So let's jump straight in. There's nothing else really to kind of go over with him other than maybe wanting the 4-star weak foot at the very minimum, but we see past it. Let's jump in. Petros with the first touch of the ball to take it away. What can we find with him? Gets the ball. It's never a foul. I won't even control the him, ref. Petros. Can we get him back on the ball? I really want to see what he's about in terms of the dribbling. Probably not the greatest place to pass to him, but we still move. Back into him now. We've let it roll. What can we find with him then? Okay. A little bit of an outside the foot pass. You'll love to see it into Big Boy and Dom. Petros following. See if he can keep up. Okay, he's just going to run into me. So what we can go with, he's got the Leicester player. What are we looking at? Okay, to be honest, yeah, his dribbling isn't awful. Like I say, 6 foot normally. I'd say 6'2" is where it starts to get a bit funny. Into Petros. Can we find? Go down that wing. Likes his outside of the foot passes. Get it back to him. Obviously, a lovely link as well to Roberto Carlos with a lot of these Saudi players becoming Brazilian that are Brazilian. On the ball, running forward. See Cantona. It's just a standard ball forward. What can we find? Petros seeing it out. Like I say, he's going to have... Oh, God, okay, we got rid of that. He's going to have some kind of... level as such where he's just not going to be able to beat some players, but most definitely is a viable card for an 84 rated squad. I wouldn't say he's going to be awful, as obviously you're not expecting a huge amount. He's an 89 team of the season, obviously just nice to have another Saudi player as a high rated in case you pack any untradables, and with the upgrade packs that we do have now, it's so easy to complete that I think everybody eventually will end up with a duplicate team of the season if you do continue. As we find in Romarinho, he's took a touch a bit too heavy there. Into Petros to see it out. Lovely little play to Cantona. It's very standard. As long as you're standard with him, he's absolutely fine. Does seem to be able to do the job defensively and pushing it forward attacking as well. Petros seeing Roberto Carlos down the wing, picks him out perfectly. But Ansaldi is coming over for that one. I think the one thing with a lot of these team of the seasons as well, especially the minor leagues, they're perfect for fodder if you don't, if you're not a massive collector, or maybe you just want to kind of get the best players. They're great for the fact that you can get them for so cheap, especially with upgrade packs and all of that good stuff. You then literally have an 89 rated, because let's, for instance, I think I've packed 3 Gundogans, 3 Součeks, so literally there's, 2 extra 92 and 91 rated players that literally have nothing to do. Even if it is going into an 84 rated SBC, it just means it makes it that hell of a lot cheaper, meaning you could put 81s in if you really wanted to, which I think for me is just then a no-brainer if you've completed everything else. The only other good thing would be obviously for icon packs and all of that stuff for like the icon players, but to be honest, there's none of them that I really want. I'm mainly building fodder so we can obviously go and then just rinse and repeat icon moment repeatable SBCs. Petros checking the danger from Makalele. Ooh, doesn't manage to stick a leg out on Neymar Jr. Do find it to him in the end though. Lovely little bit of Brazilian skill moves there. You love to see it. It's just Brazilian, obviously. No other country can do skill moves. Oh, just look at him. He's just absolutely, honestly, he's become one of my favourite team of the seasons already. As Petros buries one with a little bit of a low driven. You love to see it from him. Even in the DM position, he's managing to find himself in the box from across from Romarinho, and he just buries it. Petros. Again, to be honest, not been an awful card. We have got a lot of team of the seasons now, so we are kind of hitting that really nice point where we've got a lot of variety in our team. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next few weeks as we get more of the majors coming out. As Petros finds a bit of Ndombele going out wide, finds that ball into Cantona, and Matthias is going to get the save. Okay, fair enough. So then we have Petros. I don't know whether we're going to get a dynamic. I'm hoping we do. I actually didn't check the card beforehand, but I'm hoping we do get a dynamic for him because that is the kind of big point for team of the seasons. He is 45,000 coins. Very, very easy SBC. Literally just one 84 rated team, 80 chem, one Brazilian. Fernandinho, Fabinho, Firmino, Thiago Silva, loads of them in the Prem. Go do your upgrades. It's very, very easy to do. You literally don't need to do much effort. If you are grinding the game with the upgrades and SBCs, you should be able to get that done pretty quickly. And that obviously is an 89 rated player for just 84s. So for me, it's just a guaranteed win. Even if you don't want him, you can use him later on down the line in a bigger SBC. Maybe we get the Prem that needs an 88 rated team for a guaranteed. I don't know if it's going to be that high, but this card, to be honest, does feel still a little bit agile, which is always nice. I was hoping him being 6 foot wasn't going to sway that, but he does feel nice to turn with still. Not quite as blocky as someone who normally is over 6'2". Great defensive ability. Passing wise was lovely. Got himself on the ball, not really shrugging off players too heavy, but again, not letting everybody in at him and getting the ball off him, which is always fantastic. And overall, I think he's just this cheap player that you get just to put in your club. I wouldn't say that he'd make it into a lot of people's teams. There is a huge amount of CDMs, DMs, CMs, centre-backs that get into people's teams by now. We have had one for the past 2 years. This is his highest rated one, obviously an 88 and an 87 in the prior 2 leagues. And obviously he did play for Real Betis as well at one point, which is crazy. But he is a relatively good player. I wouldn't say he's the next level player. He's not going to really smash it for you. Maybe a link to Romarinho or any of the other Brazilians in the Saudi League team of the season, but other than that, I think for me, he's going to be a lot of fodder player for a lot of people. I just like him in the club. It's another team of the season ticked off. I'm personally going to give him an 8.3 out of 10. Let me know down below what you think about him, and if you are going to complete him, let me know what you're going to do with him. Apart from that, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.